Thank you. Welcome back to Mr. Lehner's Math Extravaganza. In today's episode, we're going to focus on how to multiply integers. When multiplying integers, there's two rules that you want to follow. The first is the product of two integers with the different signs is negative. And the second one, the product of two integers with the same sign is positive. Now that might sound confusing when you look at it in words, so I've made a couple rules for you guys. Another way to think about it is when multiplying integers, if you have a positive number times a positive number, it's going to equal a positive number. If I have a positive number times a negative number, my solution is going to be negative. If I have a negative times a positive, it's going to be negative. And if I have a negative times a negative, it's going to be positive. So using these rules can help us figure out our multiplication with integers. Let's look at a couple of example problems. In my first example, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to multiply my numbers. I'm going to multiply 3 times 3. I know that's 9. If I have a positive times a negative, that's going to be negative. So a positive 3 times a negative 3 is going to equal negative 9. I did my multiplication first, and then I multiplied my signs to figure out if my answer should be negative or positive. That may be helpful for you to do as well. Let's take a look at another one. In this problem, I'm going to multiply my 5 times 2 first. 5 times 2 would be 10. A negative times a negative would be positive. So a negative 5 times the quantity of negative 2 is going to equal positive 10. Let's take a look at a third example. If I have a 4 times 7, that would be 28. A positive times a negative would be, yes, negative. So 4 times negative 7 equals negative 28. So it's helpful when you guys are doing this to, again, do your numbers first to multiply them, then do your signs with your positives and your negatives. Alright, let's go ahead, let's take out that paper, let's take out that pencil. You have 3 different problems on the board. I'd like you guys to pause this video now and solve these problems. Alright, when working on these, 3 times a negative 5 should be negative 15. A negative 4 times a negative 4 should be a positive 16. And a positive 2 times a negative 6 should be a negative 12. Again, following those steps and those helpful hints that I gave you guys at the beginning of this video will be very helpful when you guys are multiplying your integers together. Alright, nice job. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Mr. Lehner's Math Extravaganza. As always, we'll see you guys next time.